The name of this series recap is Willow 2022. The movie starts from the time when the dark powers were about to take over the world. But then a newborn girl appeared who was named Elora. It was predicted to grow and save the whole world. But when the goddess of dark forces, Devi, came to know about it, she put her great black army behind Elora to kill her. Then the dwarf wizard and the thief saved Elora's life, then save her from every danger. They changed Elora's identity, even from Elora herself. Who is she? We then see Princess Kit, who is practicing fighting with her boyfriend. Then he says how different the world outside our palace will be. And then some soldiers come here and tell Princess Kit, it is very important for you to attend the evening party. As this is your mother's command, you must come. Then the prince is shown Princess Kit's brother, who was with his friend. He likes her, so he has sworn to live and die with her. His friend cooked food in their palace. Then here comes the soldier and tells the prince to come to the evening party. In the evening, everyone got ready and came to the party. Everyone enjoyed the party. Here the queen announces her congratulations. Today is 200 years old, after being freed from the atrocities of the cruel queen of the second city. Since then there has been peace between us and the people of the other city, and the people from the other town are our friends. So with equal joy I marry my daughter Kit to the king of the second city, Gritton, for whose benefit we will face all problems, which will meet in both cities, which we will have to do until Queen of the Seven Worlds Elora is not coming. Kit's mother, the queen who is the thief's wife, who saved Elora's life with the dwarven wizard. With that the queen heard a strange voice, so he comes straight to the prison and meets the prisoners, who was also a friend of her thief husband. The prisoner tells the queen, your daughter is not happy with this marriage. The queen replies that I am doing this for my people, because until Elora comes, both cities must be united. Kit really wasn't happy about this marriage, so he changes his appearance and comes to his friend. And she was telling her that I don't want to get married, because I don't like Prince Gritton. I'm running away from the palace. Come with me too. But her boyfriend refuses. No, I can't fool my queen. But because Kit was her friend, and she finally agreed. Strange monsters came out of the palace. Once one of them blows, suddenly there is a storm in the whole palace. The guards were alarmed when they saw this. What happened suddenly? Where did the storm suddenly come from? They thought so, and all the monsters attacked the palace at once. Kit and her friend also came out with a sword and started trying to fight these monsters. But because of the storm, even they couldn't see the monsters. The monsters didn't even see them properly. Somewhere they were attacking the sword, elsewhere, and it was headed somewhere else. When the queen heard the news of the attack, she freed the prisoners. I say you save my blood now. That is your responsibility. When the prisoner hears this, he takes his gun and goes to face the monsters. The monster does black magic on his rod, and he attacks the queen's bravest soldier with that rod. Because of this, he was seriously injured. Kit's brother, the prince, proposed to his friend, but once he learned of the attack, also sharpened, he immediately takes his gun and goes to kill the monsters. All the people in the palace faced the monsters very well. They attacked with swords and killed them. But these monsters were very dangerous and bloody. They were also cut by swords. And then the prisoner slashes the leader's arm with his sharp sword in a single attack. Once he does, a flying monster came here, kidnapped the prince and took him away. Because of the kidnapping of the prince, the queen and all were greatly alarmed. In order to save her son, the queen sends a lot of her soldiers with Kit, because there was no other way. Along with that, she told the prisoner, because you also know all the boundaries outside the palace, so go with them too. In return, I will forgive you all your sins and crimes. The prisoner agreed. Also asks that the flying monster kidnap the prince and led him away. So how do we find him? The queen replies not to worry about him. A dwarf wizard will help you in all this. He lives across the river. You go there immediately. He must be waiting for you, because this is all happening exactly as he said. Before the queen leaves, she reveals a big secret to Kit. She tells him that the cruel queen was my mother, because you, me and your brother are part of her family, so her blood runs through our veins. She wants to be alive again with our blood and Elora's blood, and he wants to rule the world, because her soul wanders. That dwarf wizard and I killed my mother, after which I became queen. In fact, she has become so ensnared by evil forces that she became the goddess of evil, which meant that the goddess of black forces in the beginning was none other than the queen's mother. She wanted to kill Elora and open the door to another black world, so that all the evil forces of that world come into our world. Here could be the world of her evil, and she can take over here. To save Elora and the whole world, I killed her. And with that, all those people leave the palace. On the way, they sensed that someone was following them, so they began to wait secretly. And then they caught the prince's friend here, who said that I also want to go with you to save the prince, because we both love each other so much. Kit asks, but what are you going to do? You don't even know how to fight. She replies, yes, I can't fight, but I can cook you a meal for the trip. After agreeing on the matter, they will also take her with them. Then all those people cross the line and come to a separate place. There was a special kind of protective wall created by great wizards, protect the evil forces of this place. They moved forward a little, where there were some strange people who had strange masks, attacked them, because of which a soldier's life is lost. To escape them, they started running. That tribe was also behind them. But then before a very deep river, those people were jumping with their horses, from which they can now save their lives from the tribe people. Now they came out of the river and went ahead. After crossing the river, they come to a place where they were told to come. Then a dwarf came before them. Kit tells him that we want to meet the greatest magician here, who is the leader here. And then the great dwarf wizard himself comes before them. And this is the wizard who was told by the queen, and he saved Elora's life. Kit tells him about himself here, on which the great magician said, I know you, and your brother is still alive. The monsters picked him up and took him with them to take him to Crone. A Crone is actually a special soldier of a cruel wizard. He also has a lot of dark powers. She is very dangerous, and now he does all the bad deeds. He will help the cruel wizard to come back to life. He lives in a very old city beyond the scattered sea. The prisoner immediately said that I had traveled all over the world. There is no place like a scattered sea. The wizard said that the city was so powerful and dangerous that not everyone can go there. Then the magician looks at the prince's friend. He was very surprised. He immediately comes to her and holds her hand, and he starts reciting some spells, which reveals a tattoo on the side of the prince's friend. The tattoo was also on Elora's arm when she was born. A magician surprisingly reveals a secret, that you are the enchantress Elora and you are very special. You shouldn't have come here by crossing the border. It can also be a danger. But she forbids him that you are wrong. I'm not a magician, I'm just an ordinary girl. I cook food. The magician said, no, you are our enchantress Elora. You are the queen of the 7 worlds. You are the one who saves humanity from dark forces. Why was he saying that now? We found that out a few years ago. When this wizard saved Elora, he gave it to the queen, Kita's mother, to protect her, and she could hide her identity from the world. The magician came to the queen and said that he will now return Elora to me, because the time has come. We should train her. But the queen refused, saying that she was still a child. Better to keep her out of the fight. The magician said, but we are late. After all, how long can we stop the enemy? This matter is not under our control. And if we don't teach her now, then he forgets his charm. The queen became angry. She said, you're not that good of a magician, that I should send her to you to teach magic. Now this magician felt so bad that he left immediately. Now in the present tense, dwarf wizard brought them to their place. When everyone learned that Elora was alive and came here, then all people will be very happy and get to know Elora very well. But since he doesn't know magic yet, the queen had hidden Elora's identity for so many years, and he kept her in his kitchen to cook food, just to save her life. But now that she found out that she also went to save the prince, she was very worried. Immediately he sends his brave soldier so she could catch Elora and bring her back. And here we clearly see that this brave soldier was injured in a monster attack, and there are changes in his body, and the events are also very special. All the dwarves celebrated Elora's arrival. When Elora asks the wizard, when shall we cross the scattered sea, find the prince, then the magician will say that you are not going anywhere. You stay here and learn magic. But in anger she says, I can't sit like this. I have to go save the prince, and then get up and get out of there. The magician's daughter gives Elora's magic wand to her father, which she got with her in childhood. Then the magician found that Elora, he left somewhere in anger. That's why he tells everyone to hurry. Don't waste your time. Find her, because he will save everyone from the dark forces and the granny. After a while, the wizard found Elora near the river. They told her that you don't insist on coming with me. Your life may be in danger. You should focus on learning magic. Then Elora says, okay, I will learn magic, but under one condition. Come with us too. Teach me magic there and we'll find a prince too. Then the magician agreed, saying yes is okay too, because you can't save the prince without me, and I can't stop the crone without you. Now they started leaving from there. The magician's daughter tells him, Dad, take care. You are a great magician. I have a lot of faith in you, and they left. On the way, prisoner Kit says that Elora's dad was also a magician, whose magic cover is considered very powerful. I spent my whole life searching for it. At one point, the magician gives a seed to Elora and tells her to bury it in the ground and read a magic spell with her, which was very difficult. She couldn't even speak properly. The magician says you practice over and over again If you can remember the spell, and the plant originates from this place, then understand that you have learned magic. Now Elora practices from morning to night, but the plant does not come from that place. Therefore he says to the magician, that I think I am not Elora the enchantress. He got angry when he heard this. He said, you don't remember such a small line. While in that magical city, you will have to say a lot of big spells. This reprimand also made Elora angry. He gets up and walks out of there, and she started practicing alone in one place. But then the brave soldier sent by the queen comes and knocks her unconscious. He picks her up and takes her with him. We'll see when he leaves that a berry fruit plant sprung from that place, which means Elora learned magic. Unbeknownst to the prisoner, he began to tell Kit his story. The story of the magic cover and its key, which is only for those who are worth it. But Kit says this story is very boring. You do and tell me about my father. Since you were his friend, you must know a lot. During their talks, a magician came here and asks them where Elora is. Even after a long search, if not found, everyone goes looking for her. Kit's friend saw the brave soldier take Elora unconscious and took her with him. He asks, what are you doing? To which he replied, the queen told me to do it. But she understood that his intentions were not right. That's why the rest of the people came here. See who the brave soldier, who himself came under the control of dark forces. He takes all his companions under his control, and they attack Kit and her group with them. A match ball was played between the two groups for a long time. They bumped into each other a lot. During the fight, Graydon frees Elora, because he started to like her. To save Elora, the wizard had an idea. He immediately dropped the bomb, but the plan went wrong, because Elora, the brave soldier and his companions, get out of there with a bang. Then the magician and the rest of the people move forward to save Elora. After arriving at one place, black clouds began to gather. A message is immediately written on it, that the people of the dark powers want to capture Elora's people. There were two paths before them, but they didn't know that the brave soldier took Elora on which journey. That's why two teams were created. Kit asks the prisoner on the way, that you were with my dad, so why don't you tell me anything about him? So now he starts saying that not only I, but your dad was looking for that magic cover too, because with his help we can stop the ladybug by bringing a cruel wizard and dark forces into this world. A little further on he sees the door of the ruin. When they went in, there was a well, in which the prisoner jumps without thinking. There he gets the key to the magic shelter, meaning one of his quests was completed today. Taking it, he quickly exits, takes Kit, and walks out. She asks him, did you find anything from the well? But he doesn't answer. The brave soldier was about to take Elora to the other side of the mountain. By the time Graydon and his companions get there, Graydon throws a rock at a soldier's head and asks him to stay away from her. This begins the fencing between them. After breaking the wall, Kit and the prisoner also come there, and they start fighting the soldier. The brave soldier, after attacking Graydon with his black power sword, and causes him injury. Before he could kill Graydon, the dwarf wizard slams his wand on the ground, of which black forces were removed from the soldier and his companions. Once the evil forces were removed, the soldier begins to suffer. He came to his senses, but his condition was not good. He tells Kit's friend that you will take care of Elora from now on. My time has come and please do me a favor. Please take me out of this painful life. She starts crying because she doesn't want to do it, because this brave soldier raised her as his own daughter, but he too must be free from pain. With a heavy heart he takes the sword and kills him with a single attack. They are now moving forward after burying their dead friends, but Graydon falls after being weak, because he was badly injured in the attack. He was soon to be possessed by evil forces. Now the magician finds a city that has long since disappeared. All the people come to that palace. This palace belonged to none other than the queen's mother, the cruel queen and Kit's grandmother. The wizard ties up Graydon after he goes inside, so his dark powers cannot harm anyone. Graydon says, I don't want you to hurt anyone. It would be better to kill me. Kit doesn't want to marry him anymore, so she agrees to kill him, but the magician stops her by saying stop and fetching a book from the library, in which everything was written how to remove black forces, for which some items were required. He tells everyone to check the entire palace for this, but it also prohibits that none of you shall approach the tomb of the palace. He will start his work to eliminate the black forces. When he unbuttons Graydon's shirt, there were strange marks on his body that were increasing, which neither the wizard nor Graydon knows about. The magician applies boiling water to his marks. After reading the book, he starts giving herbs. Because of this, he begins to suffer pain. Meanwhile, Elora hears a voice when he comes into the room and chases her. She begins to think that her mother was dying. She becomes quite concerned when she sees this, after she was normal when she walked in. Graydon was completely healed. Seeing him safe and sound makes her happy. They all went to the grave. The magician called you there too. Having said that, he takes her to the tomb. Upon arriving here, Graydon turns into a devil. When Elora starts running after seeing this, the magician comes. Graydon throws a large rock and attacks him. Just in time when the magician turns, it has a narrow escape. An evil force inside Graydon tells Elora, the cruel queen died because of her mistake. I will never make the mistake she made. Saying this, he took Elora under his control and holds her and begins to open the door to the black world. It was near the tomb. The wizard takes his wand again and attacks Graydon. It falls far short of that. He will convince her that only you can save him, because you are the queen of the 7 worlds. If you couldn't save him, you will spend the rest of your life in pain. After convincing Elora, she comes to Graydon and begins to pull all the black forces from his mouth in her. With this effort of hers, Graydon was completely healed. He wakes up and sits up. They are then seen by the monsters that imprison Kit's brother. They immediately come and attack them. The magician works magic and after lighting a fire with his little device and kill all the monsters, they all come to the place and hide after escaping. But the monsters were pretty smart to come there. To escape from them, they came to the forest, where monsters cannot come. They escaped once more. After taking Elora to a location, she begins to teach her magic. The leaders of the tribe then take them to themselves. Kit comes to the leader of the tribe and tells her that the crone imprisoned my brother. We have to save him and please let us go. Hearing this, everyone starts laughing. After holding them, they enslaved them all in different places. Kit was with Elora and she told her I was worried about my boyfriend. What if they kill him? Because they enslaved him differently. Elora reassures her and says nothing will happen. After showing the staff, she told her that I stole it from the magician. With his help we can go out. The magician sees a small house there, in which little people lived. They were smaller than hand size. The wizard's dwarven friend gives him a map. With his help they can escape. Elora shows the staff and says I stole it from the wizard. She practiced magic with his help. She casts spells and starts running away with Kit. The people of the tribe come and surround them from all sides. They were caught again. The leader of the tribe comes to them again. Kit's friend arrives, holds her and puts a knife to her throat. The leader frees her and begins to fight Kit's friend. She sees a mark on her neck and after being stopped, he asks her to come to her tent. When Kit's friend goes to meet the leader, he tells her that she has the same mark on her neck as you. This is true in our tribe when the baby is 10 days old. It means we are from the same family and you are my sister, which was taken away by some people. The monsters will come again and attack them. He faces them bravely. One of them was killed by a prisoner. Later we see the prince who finds him in an abandoned place. He wanted to go, but then he heard the sound of a woman. This concerned no one but the crone, a large creature that captured the wizard and Kit and brought them to their place. Another man was also imprisoned here, who was trapped by a large creature. He says you'll never get out of here, because when they brought me here, I thought I would be free. But I see that after so many years I am still here. He tells him of himself that I am a thief's companion, Kit's dad. Now, the prisoner and the rest of the people come to the place where you will find Kit and the magician. The large creatures began to hurt Kit because they wanted to know where Elora was. They tried to feed her insects. Along with that, they tell her that the crone is our queen. She's not what you think she is. Meanwhile, the prisoner and the other people arrive. The creatures know that other people have come here. The creatures come to capture them. During this time, Kit freed herself, her father's thieving companion and magician. When other people walked, they had masks on their faces, so the creatures cannot recognize them. The creatures came to them, but I don't recognize them because of the mask. The prisoner takes Elora and Kit's friend to the place. The thief also takes Kit and the magician there. Everyone was glad to meet and decided to open the secret door with the hope that there might be treasure. Before entering, they were asked 2 riddles. If they answer correctly, then good, otherwise they die. So after thinking and giving the right answers, they come in. There were many treasures. There was a magical cover that the prisoner takes. Kit finds her father's sword. She was quite sad and takes the sword. Along with that, he starts hearing his father's voice. As it pursues, it begins to walk. But Elora prevented her from doing so. As they start to leave, large creatures come before them. There was a great attack from both sides, so after running they will come to another place. There was a lot of water under this place, and tries hard to save Kit. Elora cast a spell with that staff, but it was useless. Because the road was closed, Kit fell. The prince, who was stuck in a deserted place, he comes to the same place again and again. He was tired and sitting still when he heard a girl's voice. The prince tells her that the monsters brought us here. I tried so hard to leave this place, but I come to this place again and again. Elora cast her spells over and over again, She will eventually become successful. They go for a walk, and after arriving they continue to the cottage. There was an old man who said to them, "If you have to go to the other side of the sea, I will give you my ship. This goes with the help of a large sea animal, but in return I will take money for it," and they agree. When the prince wakes up, he doesn't find the girl. When he finds her, he sees her standing still. She tells him, "We have to go to the other side of this yellow road. Maybe the path leads there," but it seems strange to the prince. They were all in the hut when the monsters came there. To save himself from them, Graydon takes them all, and after sitting on the ship they go. A ship operated by a sea animal. The monsters still chase them. They try hard and fight with them, and Elora works her magic, but it was useless. Once Graydon plays the flute, then the monster exploded into the air. Later he gets rid of the other monsters as well. Graydon performed magic with the flute. That means he was also a magician. Graydon fed the sea creatures. Elora was also learning magic, performs various types of magic. There the girl was talking strangely to the prince. He says, "I came before you." He doubts and asks her, "Did you bring me?" She doesn't answer. "Leave it all and come with me." He senses something strange and starts running. Now the magician thinks his daughter is in trouble. He decides to go, but Elora stops him saying, "No, please stay here, we need you." Now he must travel on foot, because their sea animal was sick. They were moving forward and there is a pit in front of them. From this they understood that they had forgotten the ways. Kit and Elora jump into the pit. After descending, they begin to look around. They come to the town where the prince was. The prince comes to the girl's words and says, "I will do whatever you say." She tells him to drink the yellow magic water, and the prince comes out and his appearance is quite changed. Looking at him, they are both quite scared. In fact, the prince came under the control of the girl because of the water intake. The prince arrives and meets his sister and Elora. Elora asks him, "How do you know I am Elora?" He tells her that the crone told me, she met me here. She is too good, and what is said about her, she is not. The girl who was with the prince for a long time was a crone, and when Elora heard this she said to him, "My brother, open your eyes, she is only pretending to be good. He's just using you, so that she can bring the evil queen to life." As he stood near the pit, everyone was wondering what to do. The prince comes in with Kit and Elora. The crone was there too, and the prince says we should help the crone by freeing her from here. Kit and Elora need time to think about how to help her. Then they ask what we have to do. The crone doesn't say anything special other than cross this yellow light. 3 of them also come out. They have also found the city and immediately go inside. Kit and Elora, after listening to the crone, come to the other side of the yellow light. Kit's mother here, the queen, meets her. He tells Elora to forgive me because I kept it all from you. I did all this for your betterment. The prince was also here and he was also getting married. Kit doesn't feel right about it. He thinks it's all fake. Graydon, Kit's friend and prisoner, also reached. They found the door closed and it was useless. Everyone freezes because of the storm. In the other world, Elora says to the prince that I have learned many spells. When the prince heard this, he gave her the same yellow water to drink. So when she takes this, Elora will be like them and can be at Crone's side. During this time, Kit sees his father, who will tell her that you have to save Elora. You will protect her. Hearing this, Kit goes to check on Elora, but she wasn't there, only the crone was there. She tells Kit to listen to her and takes this water. Once you do, I will receive the blood of 6 people from your family. Then the prince and Elora were to be married. Then comes the dwarf wizard, which, after performing a spell, brings Elora out of her dream, which she had for a long time. And all this was becoming true. He keeps them all alive, all who turned to stone. Later, the crone comes into his true form, which was quite terrifying. When Elora sees her, she starts fighting her. The prisoner and the other people begin to fight the monster. Then Graydon comes too, who has a magic wand. He will try to kill the crone using heavy magic, but she was so powerful that she can easily withstand this spell. It can't hurt her, but she's getting pretty pissed off. Now he works his dangerous spell on Graydon, pushing him on the yellow road. He dies as a result. Everyone, including Elora, was quite sad. The prisoner also holds the magic cover and gives it to Kit. When I say it doesn't concern me, maybe I don't deserve it. You can wear it, maybe it affects you. During this, only Elora fought the crone, and a dangerous fight was going on. The magician also fought with stones coming to people. They were all crone soldiers. Elora cannot face crone, so he comes to the place where he wants to save his life. During this time, the magician talks to Elora. You say that you are quite brave and that you save others. You must not fear but fight the crone. Get rid of the fear so you can fight it properly. These words affect Elora. Now she fights the crone after extinguishing all fears from her heart. He uses his powers to attack the crone with dangerous magic. As a result, a hole becomes in the crone's heart, and her heart burns to ashes. Once her heart burns, the crone ends as well. While dying, he momentarily reverts to his young form. The prince comes to her and she says to him that you must fight in the cruel queen's war. Now you will rule this city. After that, the prince becomes a devil. Along with the black forces, Crone's abilities will also enter it. Once Kit dons the magical cover, he puts the key inside. It will start to activate, which means it will start working. When unfolded, the cover becomes a jumpsuit. Later, Kit gets unique powers. He takes the sword and starts fighting his devil brother. A dangerous fight has been going on between them for a long time. Kit doesn't want to kill his brother and tells him that you have to get away from all those dark forces. Being out of his senses, he didn't listen to her, but he keeps fighting. Kit also faces him and knocks him down. She was about to kill him, but a magician came there. After giving her the power of his staff, he tells her your brother is in the dark. With the help of these powers, he gets into the light. With these powers, he begins to heal his brother. The prince begins to remember the time from his past to the present. That I spent such a good time with my family and Kit. With these memories, the prince emerges from the dark forces, his face made ugly by evil forces. He was also cured. Kit is quite happy to see her brother cured. We later find Graydon at the scene, and there were dead bodies around him. That means he was not dead but alive. And when the crone threw him on the yellow path, he came to this world from another world. When he opens his eyes, he finds Elora in front of him. She tells him that I can't rule this world alone. I need you. Later, we see a large army of monsters. He reveals that it was not Elora, but a cruel queen in her own form. She assumed the form of Elora so that she could take him at her word. She told Graydon she needed him because she was going to use Graydon to stay alive and rule this world. She asks him to do such deeds as she took from Baba. The season recap ends here.